How's it going, everyone? This is my hello, and welcome to a new series. We are going to be playing a rather special game. It is named Journey. What is it about? We don't know much about it, but let's not waste any more time. Let's start a new journey. Alright, so this is us. Now, this game is going to give us a brief tutorial. You can tilt your PS3 controller to change the camera, or you can use the right analog stick to change the camera. And that is what I'll be doing, since it is more traditional and it's easier to work with. And we can move around with the left analog stick, or the left control stick. So this is us. A mysterious figure dressed in red robes, in the middle of a desert, in the middle of nowhere. The only thing we know is that there's a flag over there, and there's also the scorching sun. It must be uncomfortable, but at least our robes are protecting us from the sun. Let's go in that direction, since none of the other directions seem to be inviting. Who are we? What are we? Where are we? There are many questions that may not be answered. But let's just focus on climbing this hill. The ascent is getting harder, but we must progress and see what is at the top. Alright, everyone. Welcome to Journey, a fantastic game on the PS3, soon to be released on the PS4. Now, this is a game you can find on the PlayStation Network only, and I really recommend that you should pick it up and, well, play along with the series if you want. I'm planning on uploading one video a day this week. This won't be a long game, even though you may think a journey like this would be a long journey. But let's go down towards those things down there. I wonder what they are. Whee! Now we get to slide. That's nice. Well, this is curious. These stones in the sand. Tons of these stones in the sand, with holes in the middle. I wonder what they are. Although, this reminds me of, as dark as this may be, it almost seems like a graveyard in the desert. But why would this be a graveyard? Why would there be so many fallen beings? And what would have caused it, I wonder? As you can see, we can jump automatically, but What are those up there? I'm curious. Ooh, that looks nice. Alright, so the game wants us to hold the X button down, and you can fly. You don't have to necessarily hold the X button down, but it's nice to just feel the effort you put into flying. So these ribbons gave us a scarf, and the scarf has, as you notice, glyphs on them, or symbols. When we use up all of the symbols, we lose air, but these ribbons can give us back our glyphs. So think of it as a stamina meter. And, well, you want all the stamina you want in your journey. Now, we can play around with other buttons. For example, if you press the O button, that's right, the O button, you can let out some sound, as if you're singing. And if you hold down the O button, you can ring out loud to whatever's out there. Well, this is curious. This seems a bit confusing. We have no answers, and we have no one to turn to. It is a little scary being alone in this vast, empty world full of these stones, which I assume to be tombstones or grave markers. There's something imposing about where we are, but I assume we can just trudge on through. And look at this here. It must be a marvelous thing to explore, although it must have been more marvelous back then, because this looks like it's in ruins. This is curious. So in case you didn't play around with the O button before, this is your chance to, well, try it out, although you can also do that. So if you did hold the O button down, this call would have activated all of those stones, like I just did, just by being near them. Now what is this? Oh, they look a lot like us. And the way they're laying on the ground next to. So it seems my hunch was right. Those were all grave markers. So many of us have fallen here. I wonder why. Surely that many people didn't die while going on a journey, right? Especially since this journey hasn't even begun. But speaking of the journey, let's continue onwards and slide down the sand towards this interesting area with more ribbons. And is that light I see? What is that over there? Some shining light and some ribbons that seem to be trapped underneath. I wonder if I can go up there. I don't have enough light power to go up. But that's okay. I can look somewhere else and see if I can just explore, maybe find some solutions to the problems I've been having, like not being able to go up certain platforms. Let's just explore, why don't we? Although I wonder if there's anything more to look around. Oh yeah, look at that, it's another glyph. Alright. So the thing about this game is that if you collect glyphs in the world, your scarf will actually grow longer as you gain more and more glyphs. And as you can imagine, that can increase your stamina or flight power. So that's very desirable. So now the game is telling us to, well, shout to the world. Well, look at that, we freed up all of these ribbons. These ribbons that will give us flight power. And they seem to be surrounding us. They seem friendly. It's like they want to keep us company here. Oh no. That's okay. Oh, I can fly up with some it's probably better if I just, I don't know, these want to give me some flying energy. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes if there's a group of ribbons like that, they can extend your period of flight. Like that. And we seem to have, well, a lot of ribbons that we can interact with. Now, you may be wondering, can I fly out there? The answer is, you can only fly out to here, not necessarily to the other parts of whatever this seems to be. You may be curious about the light that was emanating from each of those, I'd say, temples, but we just cannot look at what's inside of them. Instead, we can only be here. This. I know what to do. And that was the story of how all things, including life, came to be. Well, that was very illustrative, but it's time for us to move on to whatever lies beyond here. And we shall see what lies beyond here in tomorrow's video. Until then, thank you all for watching, and I hope that you'll continue to join me on my journey to wherever we want to go. Presumably that one mountain with the shining light. So let's continue following the light, shall we? Until then, take care everyone.